Hello everyone, today I'm going to be informing you on the importance of protective netting in and around baseball stadiums. So, baseball is considered America's pastime. What that means is there's so much history and culture in baseball that people do not really understand unless they become one with the game. The whole problem is that although the game is very slow, it goes at a slow pace, it can last several hours, people don't like it because it can be very boring, I understand that, but I personally grew up with the sport and played it my whole life, so I fell in love with it at a very young age. However, so the ball, when a player hits the ball, it can come off the bat at speeds over hundreds of miles per hour, which can be very dangerous for the fans, especially if a foul ball happens or just in case a broken bat, let's say, for example, and it could be very harmful to the fans. And a study done by Bloomberg News in 2014 found that approximately 1,750 spectators are injured by stray foul balls and bats at baseball games every year. So that could be a little cut or a serious injury, but either way, that needs like immediate attention, for example. But either way, those injuries happen way too often. So in 2000, at the start of the 2018 season, which will be in the next 9 days, the MLB finally made a rule that says that all the protective netting has to extend past the dugouts. So that protects a lot more fans than before because at one point it was only up to about home plate where all the fans who were sitting behind the dugouts were very exposed to foul balls. So each year, more than 70 million people from all over the world attend the 30 MLB stadiums located in the United States and Canada. The fans go to the games for a great experience, enjoy the day, and they don't want to go there to fear their lives, honestly, and we have seen it in several times. As Matthew J. Ludden says in his journal article on fan injuries at baseball games, with the way the sport has evolved, fans need to become increasingly aware of the dangers of attending a baseball game. That means you always got to be on the lookout. You can't just be on your phone because the next thing you know, a foul ball could hit you. This used to not be an issue that fans had to worry about, but unfortunately as the game changes, fans always have to be on the lookout for foul balls and everything. This is Tanya Carpenter. Tanya Carpenter was at a Red Sox game and in Boston, and she was sitting in the first few rows on the side of home plate where there was no netting, and an Oakland Athletics player, he swung his bat and accidentally it broke when he made contact with the ball, and a shard of the bat went into the stands and completely hit her in the face. She suffered extreme injuries, and she was eventually released from the hospital several days later, but either way, it was horrible. She was stretchered off, and it was really like a defining moment in all of baseball that changes need to be made. So, netting used to only go right here, as you see, home plate, which means all of these fans right here and all of these fans right here are very, very exposed. This could be very dangerous because, like I said, balls can travel at more than 100 miles per hour. It's just very scary. With the new netting, we will see that it goes beyond the dugout and covers all these fans. And the netting is also very thin, so it's very easy to see through, so it doesn't really change the fan experience. In 2015, the MLB made their first recommendation, which basically said, we recommend that all 30 teams extend their netting. Now, only a few parks did it. Most of the teams in the MLB did not do anything about it because it was unnecessary. But as of 2018, it is now a rule that all 30 parks have to have the netting extended. So, in conclusion, as I said before, 1,750 fans are injured at baseball games every single year. Okay, that's way too many numbers. It's going to go down now that the protective netting is there, but it's too much to begin with. The game has revolutionized and became very different. Fans have been prone to injuries because they're not paying attention, they're on their phones. You just need to pay attention when you're at these games because it can seriously result in a real injury. Finally, after years of debate, we will finally have the netting extended for the 2018 season. This has been a problem for several years, and fans and the MLB have been calling for it, and finally it's going in place. So it's gonna be an exciting year now. Now I'm gonna go into a Q&A session. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask.
Do you think the netting will affect the ticket prices in those sections?
I do not, because like I said before, the netting is very, very thin, and it doesn't. You can see right through. Like if you even take a picture, like you see the netting, but it doesn't really affect your vision. It is a little blockade, but they made it very thin, so it is still protecting. It is still protective no matter what. Like even if a ball hits it at a very fast speed, but you're not going to miss out on any of the game.
Have you ever had any dangerous experiences with the net?
I personally have, actually. I was once sitting first row behind the dugout with my dad at a game, and it was like late in the game, and we weren't really paying attention, kind of, but a player hit the ball, a foul ball, and I obviously couldn't tell you how fast it was coming, but there was a railing actually in front of the dugout, and it was like up a little bit, and I was reclining back in my seat, and the ball came so fast, and it hit the railing, but like right in front of my face. So like it was like the scariest moment ever, and then the ball like went up 50 feet in the air and like went like 20 rows behind me. But it was very, very scary. So I can tell you firsthand, the nettings need to be there. Anybody else?
Are the parks in the minor leagues also extending their netting?
Yes, actually. So all the minor league parks, all the minor league baseball teams, they have also extended all their nettings. For example, over spring break, I went to a spring training game where the New York Mets play, and they never had that before. But now all their netting as well goes beyond the dugouts to protect all the fans. Is that it? All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.